Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Jackie here, and today we're going to be doing toilet roll bunting. So we're going to be upcycling our old toilet rolls and turning them into a gorgeous bunting decoration for any parties you're throwing. So I've got a step-by-step tutorial. Follow along and let's learn how to do this. So first off, we need to collect our toilet rolls. Come on, keep going. Yeah, you want a good amount. So I've been collecting mine for about a month and I have about 20 or so here. It really depends on the size of bunting, how many you want to collect, but I would always say the more the better because then you can make more bunting. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the toilet roll. So I've got one down here that unraveled itself, which I'm going to show you. So essentially this is what a toilet roll looks like when it's unwrapped. And it is essentially the perfect bunting shape. You wouldn't have expected it, but it's this kind of two triangles together shape. So once you fold it in half, you have the perfect triangular bunting shape. And you can also thread the twine through that fold. So it's a perfect place to hook it onto some bunting. So we're essentially going to make lots of these triangles and they're double-sided, so we could even have a different pattern on the other side if we wanted, or you can just thicken it up and you're just going to line those up on the twine like so. So let's get started. So first off, I felt it was very important to show you guys a clip of the two cats. So this is Klaus and Cleo, and obviously I was doing loads of shots where I threw toilet rolls on the floor in slow motion, and they were big fans, and they clearly had to come and investigate. So please enjoy their cuteness as they sniff through the toilet rolls here quickly. But let's get on with it. So I wanted to try what it would be like just unraveling it because I'd seen it wasn't a good idea and I think I just got lucky with that first one unraveling. So we're just going to try and unravel it. So I'm just very carefully pulling this up and as you can see it's not really given the best finish. Um, I wouldn't really recommend this method, and we're going to use a different method later on once you see why we don't want to use this method. But I'm just pulling it very carefully here. Like, I'm really not going for it. And as you can see, I've already made a hole. Like, it just doesn't look great. And then when I unraveled it, I was like, what is this shape? This is not the bunting that we saw before. I've clearly unraveled it wrong, and I don't really understand how. And folding it in half, it just looks off. Like, it's a bit weird, but I think it's actually two of the bunting shapes attached together, but I've done it the wrong way. So we're going to try something else. So I'm going to get some hot water. This one's close to boiling. It's from my hot water tap. So it's going to essentially loosen the glue on the toilet roll. But here I'm just putting in the one that was already unraveled that worked well. And this is just so it's wet so that I can fold it in half and it doesn't curl up. So we'll get that nice straight bunting look here. I'm just going to leave it on the rest to cool here first though because it's a bit hot. And then we're just going to pop in one of our other toilet rolls that needs to be unraveled. So I'm just dunking the bottom half and then making sure it's all fully covered. And this will make sure that all of the glue on that toilet roll is affected by the hot water so that we can unravel it nice and easily. But yeah, so I'm just folding the wet one in half like so, and it just makes it a lot easier to get that perfect triangle shape and get all of those edges lined up so that the bunting's looking extra good. So just smoothing that and then we'll leave it to dry. And as you can see, the toilet roll has started to just unravel naturally in the hot water. Look at that. That's our shape. It's again a bit hot, so I'm just going to pop that down, but then we should be good to fold it. So next, I'm just going to add some more toilet rolls, do the same thing, and we're just going to be repeating this process so that we can get all of these toilet rolls unraveled and then straightened up. So now that this one's dry, just doing the same thing where I'm just lining it up nicely, and then we're just going to flatten it down and leave it to dry. And yeah, I mean, it's a pretty simple process. This is so much better than just unraveling them by hand. I would definitely recommend the hot water. You're going to have quite ugly bunting otherwise. But yeah, just look how easy that comes undone. It's great. And then just leave it to dry and get out the other one, which is also unraveled, and leave it to dry. It's honestly miraculous, this method. But yeah, so I'm just going to go grab a load more toilet rolls. I'm just going to squeeze as many as I can in this pan. I feel like it will speed up the process because I mean, it's very quick, but it's just making sure all of them are covered in hot water. But yeah, if you have a bigger container, this would be even quicker. You could just shove all of your toilet rolls in there, but I don't sadly have a hot waterproof container for 20 toilet rolls. So yeah, we're just gonna have to do it one at a time. But yeah, you'll make sure to leave them to cool so that you can fold them because otherwise you might burn yourself, especially if you use boiling water like I am. And make sure to flip them over like this. And you can just see how they're unraveling already. They might not even need to be fully dunked, but as I mentioned before, you just want to be able to get them nice and flat as well so that the bunting looks really good when it's done. But yeah, anyway, I'm just gonna speed up this process now because it takes a little bit of time when you've got a lot of bunting, but it's fairly quick and not too painful. So yeah, give it a try and let me know how it goes. This last one though, when it came out weird. Like, look at that. And then I pulled it apart and it's actually two little buntins. And they're slightly smaller than the other ones, but I don't know if it's just the way this toilet roll was structured. But I mean, it still came out so much better this way than the one I peeled. So I don't know if maybe some of them will come out as doubles, but what I found out was it's thinner than the usual one. So you've actually got like half of it, if that makes sense, and then they're stuck together a different way. And so, I mean, I got two buntons out of it. They're a bit thinner, but I think once we put paint on them as well, they should be sturdy enough to use. But yeah, just thought that was a bit interesting. So now we're just going to leave them to dry, and you'll want to grab a coffee for this maybe because we've got to be patient now. It does take a bit of time for these to dry. And if you're like me, you'll actually have more of these to do. So I went to another part of my kitchen and just did this again for the rest of my toilet rolls, just so that all of them were unraveled. But I've highly sped this up because it's a little bit long. But yeah, just to make sure that you guys see that I did end up doing more of my toilet rolls. And then I laid them out like this, and you can see all of the bunting I had. There were so many that I had to stack them on top of each other, but I ended up spreading them out to help them dry a bit more because if they're on top of each other, it's going to take longer. So yeah, make sure you do that for the drying process. And then wait quite a few hours for them to dry. It did take quite a while. I think it was about 4 hours. And then, once they're dry, you can see that they're a completely different colour, and they're now ready for painting. So I've just got myself a cardboard box here to lay these out on, because when I paint them, I don't want to have to worry about it going anywhere dangerous like my floor. So I've just got a fairly large brush and then the paint colour that I've chosen. So the first thing you're going to want to do is paint those buntings a nice base colour, so that will just be one solid colour, and then we can add any decorations on top of these. I was thinking of mixing up my own colour for the bunting because this colour that I have is quite a hot pink and I wasn't sure if I wanted to go with that. But I just didn't really know how much paint I would need, and once I put it on the first piece of bunting, I kind of actually liked it. Like, I think the hot pink adds quite a dramatic pop of colour, so it's quite a high impact statement from the bunting. So I just decided to go ahead with this. And what you essentially want to do is just paint the bunting. It's very easy. I'm just making sure to paint both sides. So I'm starting off with one side here, making sure it's fully covered in that paint. We want to make sure the base colours all over each piece of the bunting. And then once you've got the base layer, then you can start thinking about decorations. I was actually thinking of doing a red and pink theme for my bunting. But I decided to just leave them as the pink colour because it felt very dramatic. And I also had the idea that I could display them for like a party or something this year, and then maybe in a few months I can host a different party and add to the bunting with a pattern, and then it could be used for something different and everyone would think I had new bunting. But it would a really eco-friendly way of making your decorations last a bit longer but still giving a different vibe. I also had a very interesting idea of maybe I could stick something onto the bunting that's interchangeable. So like perhaps for a birthday party, I could like have happy birthday letters that you could just stick onto the bunting and then it would read happy birthday. Or if I wanted the bunting to be used for like Easter or Valentine's, I could have like some bunny rabbits or some hearts or just like Galentine's written on it for a Galentine's Day. I was also thinking like Halloween's coming up soonish, and maybe I could make it spooky, but I don't know if the hot pink kind of ruins that vibe. I was thinking maybe cats could work with hot pink or like bats. Like I think the black and pink could work quite well. I do actually have some post-it ghosts, which are just ghosts that would stick onto things. So it could also be ghost bunting, but I don't know if it's going for like the Summerween look if it's on pink. I don't know. Let me know what you think. But I just thought having like stick-on decorations would be a really good way to do it. And then also I mentioned how you could double side the bunting. So you'd have one colour of one side and the other side's maybe got patterns or something completely different. So I could like do the pink on one side and then maybe I've got like yellow or something on the other. But yeah, I'm just going with straight pink and we're just going to stick with the base coat for now. But I might come upcycle these with some patterns or the stick-on things. Like I just really like the idea of it. So there's just so much you can do with this, and it's just so amazing it's made from toilet roll. But I learned a really good hack here where when I had my unpainted buntins, I could hold down the buntins to paint those last corners because I was just getting paint all over myself and all over the cardboard boxes. So you can actually use the unpainted bunting as like little tongs to hold it. So as you can see, I'm doing here, just pressing them down, and it just makes it a lot easier until you get to that last piece. And then it's a little bit more chaotic, but I kept having bunting to go on. But I guess you could also use just any cardboard or scrap paper or anything you have. But I think when you're trying to paint a large amount of bunting, getting paint on it already is just a great thing to do. So yeah, once you've painted one side, that's when you want to think about flipping over your bunting and painting it on the other side, because we want this to be double-sided. If you're doing a different color here, I would obviously maybe take them away from the other buntings and don't paint them on top of each other. But here, when I was painting on top of another bunting, it was just filling in any gaps that I'd missed, or it was just adding more of that pink paint. And this was just meaning that I was not having to go through as much paint because I didn't need to get paint on that box because I'm not going for the pink box look. But if you're painting anything else at the same time, definitely go ahead with that. But yeah, so that's both sides painted and dried. You do have to wait for it to dry as well. It takes a while. But now I also want to paint the inside because I don't want that cardboard to peek through. I think that would really ruin the look if we just had pink on the outside and then the cardboard peeking through on the inside. I want this to look fairly high end, like you can buy some quite expensive bunting from places like Oliver Bonus, and I would just love for the bunting to look like I've purchased it rather than a kind of scruffy handmade look. Even though it's made from toilet rolls, like I get there's a charm to handmade, but we're going for a high end look. I also just wanted to highlight how I'm purposely painting on top of the other ones here to get the paint to go through to it. And also, I should have just opened them up to begin with, so I only had two sides to paint and then less drying time to wait, because I had to wait for each side to dry before, and now I could have just done it in two goes. But yeah, so once you've got all of them painted all sides, wait for it to dry, and then we're ready to style. So I'm just going to take a bit of twine here and I'm going to try masking tape it to my door for my bunting. I'm hoping this should hold it since it's just cardboard, but if it doesn't, we'll have to use something like pins going forward. But yeah, so that's just up there on that side, and then we're just going to tape the other side. And you'll want to make sure that the string has a little bit of slack, but not too much because the bunting's going to pull it down because we want that like kind of rounded bunting look, I think. So I'm just tucking the spare string there and we can trim that off afterwards. And then we're just going to take our bunting and hook it over like so. And you'll just want to space them out a bit, but I would just put them all on the string first and then you can space them out afterwards. But oh my gosh, look how impactful that looks. I love it. I'm just going to add one more here and then we're just going to space it out so it looks all even. You could put them closer together if you wanted. It really depends on the type of bunting you want, but I quite like this look. I think that looks so impactful. But yeah, I just want to show you guys all the buntings. So this is my first one on the door, which you can see how 3D it looks. Like, look at the pan of that. It's got like shadow. I think it just looks so good. Like, it does not look like it's made out of toilet roll. I also hung some above my sofa here. This one's quite high up, but I just thought it framed the room really nice. And yeah, that's a close up of it. I just love this bunting so much. What do you guys think? And then I put my final piece over here just to like add another element to that wall because I felt like one wall was very bare opposite the other one. And yeah, I just feel like it looks so good. Like my place just looks so party ready. The bunting is just gorgeous. I love it. What do you think? And here's a clip of all of it. So you first walk in the door, see there's bunting here, and then you look over there and there's some on that wall, and then there's some on this wall. Oh, I just love it. I feel like it really brings the party vibes to my room. I love how this turned out. What do you guys think? I actually think it could only be improved with more bunting. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy this blooper video of me throwing toilet roll on the floor and Cleo getting really spooked. But it was so fun filming this video. I hope you guys liked it, and I hope you guys make some gorgeous bunting. Anyway, bye for now. See you next time.